They found in some of the bigger cities, they had a problem with the caps coming off. So what would happen, the cap would be dangling, you'd back into a sheetrock wall or just dust and some other shit would get in there. It'd clog up the valve. When they did go to use that, you'd plug in and you wouldn't have any air exchange. Kind of just telling you that there's something wrong with that connection. Nothing you're going to be able to do with it in that type of visibility, so you'd have to use one of the other ways that that's provided. Basically, just a quick overview of the RIP bag, and we kind of talked about that. Through the drill setup with Leominster, Fitchburg, and Orneberg, we were able to, basically all three departments have the same RIP bag, the same style, the same setup. I know Sterling's pretty aggressive and they've got a similar bag, but I know for sure those three departments have got it set up. We did almost probably 100 evolutions over 3 or 4 years, so we kind of, the information I'm giving you now is just from those actual hands-on evolutions. Stuff that seemed to work in our departments. The bags is developed to be used in a zero visibility atmosphere. So basically, you're going to drag the bag in. You can feel both sides. On one side, you're going to feel an SCBA mask. On the other side, there's not going to be one. The one with the SCBA mask in it is what we call the low pressure side. You pull it out, it's got a mask. If you were to have a down firefighter and his mask was compromised, so his regulator was compromised, we could just replace it with this one right here. Or we could just replace his regulator. What we did find in the drills is that originally we had asked people to replace the regulators. We're having a real hard time with that. Just for some reason, that skill we're having trouble doing. We kind of revamped it and we went using a universal connection, and the first team out came out and said how much easier it was. So if we're going to use this system here, I would certainly try to use that. The universal air connection is just a little bit easier. This is the other option. A couple ways we can just replace the whole thing and put this on the firefighter, or we can keep his mask there and replace the regulator. The only thing, if he's not breathing, we're going to have to activate the regulator manually. Two ways of doing that. You've got the Scott symbol that's on the outside of the regulator. Take both thumbs and press in at that point, and that'll activate the regulator and put it on him. The other way to doing it is just taking the regulator and smashing it against an open palm like that, and that'll get the regulator to activate too. Something we did pick up over the drills, there's no vibro work on this particular regulator that's on the rescue bag. So if you're the one that's in charge of this piece of equipment in there, that's something you need to keep in the back of your mind. If we've got this running, air for him is going to be pretty critical because we're just going to have no warning whatsoever. And the only way to really measure the air is to be going off the bottle in here. So that's something that you're going to have to keep in the back of your mind. Then the other end is the high pressure hose. Basically, untwine it a little bit. You can find this cap and this cap, and this is something you can do with a gloved hand. Make the connection, open up the air, wait for the air to stop going back and forth. Once you hear the air stop moving, you can disconnect it. This tank's been filled up as much as it can off of this one. Depending upon the operation, you can bring in another tank, or you just may have enough. You may have plenty of air just with that refill right there. So I mean, each situation is going to be a little bit different. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. There's no substitution for coming up here, making up the connections. Just becoming familiar with it. You don't have to charge all the stuff, but once again, something that we keep on the truck. It's for our own safety, so you can come up, make it.